Again, make sure that you've gathered all of your ingredients and your equipment prior to starting your recipe. You'll need cabbage, a mirepoix of carrots, onion, and celery, ground beef, tomato sauce or diced tomatoes, and chicken stock, and additional seasonings. Preheat your skillet with a little oil. And what we're going to do is add our mirepoix of carrots, onion, and celery that has been finely diced to our pan. And we're going to slowly allow those to cook uh, the, by sweating down. We're going to season those with a little sea salt and black pepper. We're also going to add additional herbs and spices to our mirepoix. Once our mirepoix has cooked for a couple of minutes and has begun the sweating process, we're going to add our ground beef to our pan to allow it to begin to build flavor. Now, our ground beef has already been pre-cooked at this stage. And once we've allowed that to cook for a couple of minutes with the mirepoix, we're going to deglaze our pan with a little white wine vinegar. After deglazing our pan, we're going to next add our cabbage. And our cabbage has been finely sliced so that it's cut into ribbons, almost like noodles. And we're going to add this into batches. Our first batch we're going to allow it to cook down, and then we're going to add additional cabbage in the end. Remember, every time that we add something new to the pan, such as the vegetables, or liquid, we're going to adjust the seasonings in order to build the flavor into our soup. At this stage, we've added all of the cabbage to our soup, And again, we're adjusting our flavorings. We're adding additional dry herbs. This is parsley. And also we're going to add at this stage bay leaf to this recipe. We're going to add 2 bay leaves in order to begin to develop the flavor of our soup at this stage. We're also going to add at this stage in the game of our recipe our chicken stock. So that way it helps break down our cabbage into our soups, and and by breaking down we mean it's going to help soften the cabbage in the soup. At this stage, we're going to add the rest of our chicken stock to our soup. We're using a total of 32 ounces of chicken stock, and we're going to add our tomatoes. At this point in time, we're going to allow our soup to continue to simmer for between 1.5 to 2 hours on very low, and this is going to allow our flavors to marry and our soups to develop. Again, remember we add our additional seasoning anytime that we add any additional new items to our soup. Again, remember, have permission from your parents, and always remember to cook under the supervision of your parents as well when you're doing our labs. Once your soup has simmered for the 1 to 2 hours, serve up your soup into a separate dish and enjoy.